Team Fortress 2, a game where I put 750 hours into it using these two laptops without even batting an eye. So you could say I like the game, or love it rather, but I feel like it's on the next level. What TF2 is to me is my fallback game. When I'm feeling bored of every other game out there, TF2 is the game that always waits for me on my PC with open arms, ready to welcome me onto another round of upload. That's probably the best compliment that anyone can give to a game, and it's a true telling about the talent that Valve has, especially since I've been playing TF2 casually for about 5 years. 800 hours doesn't fly past unless it's doing something right. So why do I keep coming back for this game above everything else? TF2 is such an absorbing game to play that after the initial new player shock, I fell in love with the gameplay so much that I could have spent hours playing if I hadn't needed to go to school. The gameplay is unlike any other shooter, with mechanics and playstyle that are only familiar in a market 10 years later as games inspired by such groundwork are finally released. There are 9 classes with all uniquely different playstyles and mechanics that can take hundreds or even thousands of hours to master, whilst being reasonably well balanced even 10 years later. While some people may be turned off by the time and effort for mastery, this is part of the reason why I love the game so much and why I keep coming back to it. I enjoy how each class interacts with each other, especially in those evenly matched games where you are one mistake from death. I also love the techniques you pick up that mean the difference between being terrible and competent, as these breakthroughs breathe life into classes that you would have never picked otherwise. I couldn't play Sniper to save my life, which kinda annoyed me as a good chunk of the game that I would have played otherwise was just behind this massive skill wall that I had no idea how to pass. Then, I heard a tip by Lazy Purple in one of his videos about how to properly predict movement, which led me to be fairly decent after just a bit of practice. Similarly, when I did my first pogo jump as Soldier, which is the follow-up rocket to Keep Speed, it gave me such a boost in confidence towards my rocket jumping ability that I've actively tried to make it a part of my game. Yeah, I'm inconsistent as it gets, but something that I'm willing to put in to get better. It gives me a reason to keep coming back. But what makes TF2 beyond just another solid shooter is what surrounds it, and how the atmosphere of personality and community involvement truly makes the game worth getting invested in. TF2's art style is so iconic that even after 10 years, people can instantly recognize it after its release. And with weapons and maps coming out in all shapes and sizes, in a kinda dark wackiness, it's clear to see how the atmosphere they've created still stays fresh today. This is shown in all the Meet the Team videos that really got me invested in the characters during my first 100 hours playing the game. The characters showcase the game's atmosphere so well, so they're subtle and not so subtle traits that they have in both game and through the Meet the Team series. I feel that Meet the Spy is the best of the bunch, as it shows off each character's personality so well in the limited time they're on screen, while slowly building to the reveal of the Red Spy. And contrast this to when you're playing the game and they start yelling domination quotes referencing such videos during gameplay, you feel a real connection to each character's personality as a result. All this is well and good, but a game still needs to have players to play with, which is where TF2 excels at this point. The community does have a bit of a bad reputation, but in my experience there are nowhere near as many toxic players as other more competitive games. But this isn't the full picture, as there are so many other parts that show off the community in such a light that some games can only ever dream of, especially as the community pretty much runs the game at this point. Some people go into casual servers and do the most stupid things like dancing and making inside jokes with people on their team and even the opposing team, instead of just playing the game properly. Some people will spend hours upon end trying to collect and show off the best and most ridiculous items in the game, whilst others enter tournaments with mates to show off their skill and dedication in the name of glory. Some people make hats, weapons, maps, and even short films that go as far as to be a part of the official game by Valve. And you can't even forget the YouTubers who share their funny moments or make tutorials to help people get better at this game. All these people do this out of love for the game, which wouldn't have been a thing if this game was just even average. No, this game is special because of people who are willing to give back from all those memories over and over again for nothing. TF2 has had a huge impact on me as a gamer, considering how differently I look at games today as a result of the design philosophies that it stands on and how it morphed to become an experience worth playing. The sheer amount of variety and depth in both gameplay and community features has allowed it to be one of the most replayable games of all time, and as a result has become the fallback game for myself and many other people. While I'm disappointed that there are only 15 people working on this game, considering how invested I am, it's fair to say that it's just a testament to the game's legacy that there are still some people who update it due to the dedication of the community. All I wish was that Valve loved it as much as we all do. Thank you everyone for watching. Please like, subscribe and do all that other fun stuff in the comments. I really appreciate your support to the channel. Please just, if you've got any other fallback games, I'd like to hear what they are to you guys and why. Just even briefly. TF2 isn't my only fallback game. I've got a few others, but like this just is the main one that right now it is. Anyway, thank you for watching.